Are you level 10 through 30? Does your equipment suck? Do you need emeralds? No? Well, I don't care. To the people that are in need of help, I offer a solution. The Detlas Lootrun. This Lootrun will net you all sorts of gears from level 10 to 30, and I've even found a chained pixels, so obviously something is wrong. Here are some of the notable items that you can find on this Lootrun, and some of these ingredients can sell for a good chunk of change. Chances are you will find a legendary weapon for your class as well, which will definitely be stronger than anything you are currently using. And you can easily find the whole adventure set, which is an equipment set that's very effective up to level 40. Honestly, it was very interesting seeing how many different caves and buildings there were throughout the Lootrun. Some are crazy, and some are just huge. Definitely a fun loot run. The gear I'm wearing doesn't have any loot bonus or loot quality, which are really important identifications when loot running at a higher level, but since you wouldn't have access to this quantity of loot bonus at this level, I'll just take it easy, and instead, I will only open loot chests with this wand. Opening loot chests with an item that has loot bonus will increase your chance of finding more items, which is pretty nice. At this level range, items like Opulentity, Opulus, or Treasure Boots will give a great amount of loot bonus. The only other high-level item that I'll be abusing is my weapon Warp, which gives me an insane amount of walk speed. I'll be showing how to do this loot run without mobility spells, so this wand will just help me speed up the video. I recorded this loot run myself, alongside the help of Chaos Dragon, and the loot run turned out super good. In order to use a Wynntils loot run path, obviously you need to have the Wynncraft utility mod Wyntills installed, which I do have a guide video for, so go check it out. If you have Wyntills, all you have to do is download this path's loot run file, type /loot run folder in game, and throw that JSON file into the folder. And bam, now you can click the path. It only works on 1.19.3. Don't tell them. Start of the loot run is right over here, but I'm just gonna take this chest real quick. Nothing in it, obviously. Here we go. Detlas plus others, because this includes Bremminglar, Nemract, Timeless Valley, Mount Wynn. We got a whole lot of area to cover. First little cave over here is this little house. Little hobbit home. There's 2 chests in here. Here's the first tier 3. And Morph Topaz is a good option. You can always take this. Obviously, after I post this video, there might be too many Morph Topaz in the market, so the prices might go down. But it is a ring that everyone uses, so if you're not using it, you can use 2 of them at the same time, and you'll still get the set bonus. It just won't show it. An example of this being used on purpose is Black Catalyst. It's a 2-piece set where it doesn't. They don't show you the set bonus. You just have to like search it up. Like what's the set bonus from wearing these 2 rings? They nerfed it. Unfortunately, it used to be actually good. It sucks now. So sad. So unfortunate. I can't believe they ruined it. There's a lot of tier 1s throughout the map, just randomly everywhere. This loot run doesn't really go out of the way for them. It does go out of the way for tier 2, however. So obviously there's 2 tier 2 chests over here. So I'm going for them anyway. Less wrappings, I'll take that. Obviously over here, we're next to the Niva Forest, so the gear that we're getting is pretty low level. That's okay. It still sells, the blessed wrappings will still sell. Plus you get emeralds from these chests. It's on your way over to the next, like, high tier chest, right? That's pretty much the idea. You got a tier 2 right inside this house over here. let me reiterate, finding gear at your level is pretty important to have gear at your level, especially in the early game. Around level 90 is where it starts to not matter as much, because you're in end game level tier, where things can start being used in builds. But until then, for the most part, finding weapons, finding equipment that are of the, like, it's closer to your level, it's pretty important, because especially for weapons scale accordingly, hopefully, if they're balanced. Yeah, it's pretty important. Higher rarity on the gear that you find in general will be better. Sets obviously are different. They don't have a specified rarity. They're just useful depending on how many pieces you're using from the set. Morph is a very general set that everyone will probably use at one point. It scales from all the way in the beginning, because obviously you have like Morph Topaz right here is the first Morph piece you find. It is level like 10. You'll find more Morph pieces like as you level. The last Morph piece is Morph Stardust, which is a level 100 piece. Oh, this chest is already taken. With the Lootrun path, you'll be able to see the chest outline, but if someone's already taken it, it'll just show up like this. However, this is foreboding. I hope the chests over here are not already taken. That would suck. It would suck for the video, at least. This cave is awesome. It's like the cave slowly gets more and more like destroyed, and you have to kill these sentries. I'm gonna use like one movement spell at a time, maybe if I have to. Obviously, there's faster ways to get around the destruction. Sometimes, like right here, I'm just gonna use one spell. Any class by level 10 should have their mobility spell, so that's okay. That's an easy clearing right there. I haven't done this at level, so I don't know how difficult these monsters are. If they're difficult, you can just avoid it, I guess. Obviously, I'm calling this a level 10 loot run, but don't expect to be able to go into level 30 areas immediately, or at least you could just rush through it. You should be able to level up at the same time as doing this loot run, right? If you're killing mobs in these caves as you're loot running, in 1 hour you could get like 5 levels easily, especially since you're getting gear at the same time. The worst part would be dying. Okay, actually, here, if you're level 10, level 15 or something like that, this room right here is a item grind spot, meaning these guys don't give you any XP, but they have a higher rate of giving actual equipment, just equipment drops and emeralds. It's pretty useful if you don't have any gear. This is a good spot for that. And their spawn rates are insane. You do not need any like mob totems for that. It is so fast. It is so fast. Here we are, the first little bit of parkour. The parkour is just for a tier 2 chest. So if you fail, it's alright. Just go to the end of the cave and you'll be able to get a tier 4. As you can see, the parkour is not hard at all. Pretty simple stuff. Down to the water. Nothing. On our way over to Tempo Town now. This is actually one of my favorite low-level spots, mostly because of the... It's a quest line that unlocks this like 24-hour daily type system, and also, before I continue that, there will be splitting paths because we're going to be ending up in the same spot And obviously I have marked it so that you go in the correct order instead of getting confused by the intertwining paths. So here we go. We're gonna buy a scroll. Then we continue. The mysterious merchant right here has incredible equipment. You can only get this through the quest, and some of these you'll have to wait a day, like for the weapons. The weapons you'll have to wait a day for the 24-hour reset. Reset is at 8 p.m. Eastern, and that's when you'll be able to kill the monsters again. We're gonna pass by the monsters I give them, and I'll show you what I mean. You can only do it after you start the quest. But yeah, you have like items like Seal Breaker, Elation. Chest plates aren't really that crazy, but they're all legendary. The weapons are insane. These are really good at level 35 though, so obviously can't quite use them yet. The legendary weapons that you find from this loot run will be better. For now, obviously, until you're level 35, right? It appears this cave has already been explored. Yep. There was someone in the town earlier. Well, just now, rather. Just fall into the water. I don't think they don't have it set for you to take reduced fall damage. This is what I mean by the time troubles, by the way. They spawn in very specific spots, and killing them will give you a little token that you can use for the shop. We're gonna kill another one right here. They show up like this, and then once you kill them, it spawns a little mini boss, and killing them gives you the time fragment. Pretty damn useful. But it's all untradeable too, so you can't drop it from dying. Pretty nice. Cool building moment. This building's absolutely insane. Like, dude, look at this build. It's so chaotic. Oh, there is a prison down here. This is a nice little swarm. You should be able to level up a little bit. Obviously, they're high level, so be careful. You just need to press the buttons on the wall, and there's some chests inside of these little cellars. Someone's already been here as well. There's like nothing in the chests. That's good. Ladder real quick. Here's the high level chest. There's another one hidden all the way up here. You can just walk your way up. Damn, someone took the chest already. Unfortunate. Let's see if they got these ones. If you're not high enough level, you can avoid these guys. Just jump into the water over there and swim your way over to here. These guys are level 20. You can grind a set. I think it's the Vexing set from here. It used to be pretty strong, but they changed it. I'm not really sure what they changed it to. I think Chaos Dragon made a video on it, calling it the cheap warp. Alright, here's where you would use the Temple Town scroll. If it denies saying you're in a storyline because you might have like passed by an NPC or clicked something on accident, just slash class and retry. Let's see. Yeah, it works for me. We just carry on. Number 2. This chest is already taken. Let's keep going. Nice. Obviously, we're getting a lot of ingredients. Ingredients are for professions, which is something you can kind of get started on in early game, but as you progress further into the game, it gets harder and longer to grind, which is pretty annoying. So at an early level, it works out, but you probably shouldn't expect to be doing it on your first playthrough. Especially with how complicated it can be, like finding the best armor recipes and everything. So you can just leave the ingredients to people who know what they're doing. You just sell them and make money. Obviously, getting knowledge is pretty important. Here's a little parkour thing. We're gonna jump on top of this fence right here, wooden fence. jump on top of the stone one. That's how you do it. I failed when I was recording it. Oh, there we go. Here we go, split essence. If you have a movement spell, you can just skip this. You just take the shortcut. Especially right here. This one has you going all the way around. It's full. Here, dried guild. This one sells for like 20 emerald blocks. It's pretty nice. There's a tier 2 chest right here. Gonna take some fall damage right now. You can just use a movement spell and it will cancel your falling momentum. Gonna pass through this cool little town. All these people are angry, I think it is. Yes, they're angry. And they'll attack you if you attack them. Oh, okay, I just got cat food, which is a pretty useful ingredient for mob grinding and wars, which is why the ingredient sells, right? It gives a lot of mana regen, which is really important. Especially, the only reason I know about it now is because I was trying to learn how to mob grind, and turns out I need the mana regen consumable to grind efficiently. So, cat food, it's pretty nice to be able to get some of that. Right now, I'm getting a ton of it. Got all the mana regen consumable food that I need. There's another one, Halava plant. We haven't got one yet. We got some chestplates. We got some helmets right now. I'll take that. Halava plant. It's also a mana regen ingredient for, I believe, scrolls. And it's pretty strong to me. All these guys are level 30, but they're actually really weak. Kill them, good XP. You'll see them spawned in bunches like that all over the place. Around here. Around Detlas, at least, not around here. Here we are in the abandoned mines. There's a whole lot going on here, but we're just gonna fall down. Take some fall damage, who cares? There's a chest at the very end of this cave. And the spawn rates of the enemies is very, it seems like it's pretty intermittent, so this should be easier for you to get through if you're lower level. There we go, legendary. About the tier 3 and tier 4 chests, they will have, accessories. Higher level accessories. I believe tier 1 and tier 2 can't. Accessories can only be found in tier 3, tier 4. Unless it's just like certain rarer accessories that can be found in tier 3, tier 4s. So this Lootrun pretty much skips it goes from high tier chest to high tier chest, and we'll grab lower tier chest as we go through it. There's a lot of chests in this Lootrun. I'm pretty sure it's upwards of 100. And that's with more tier 2 loot chests than tier 1. I was avoiding tier 1 chests, honestly. Sometimes you just have to go too out of your way for that. I'm like, that's not worth it. That's salt. I don't know if salt sells, but it's definitely a useful cooking ingredient. Now, from loot running, you probably won't find the best gear. Other than loot running, you can find gear through dungeons or boss altars, which, at this level range, you have Durham Isles, and I believe there's a boss altar with a boss named Heros that gives a chestplate called Obulus, which I talked about earlier. It has a ton of loot bonus. It's level 25, but the boss is level 30, so you can probably use Party Finder to get help for that if you're trying to find a chestplate. Pretty good. Durham Isles is a random island out in the ocean with a super good necklace. All right, here again. I put this right here. Just as a little warning. It doesn't actually apply until over here, where there's 3 separate routes coming out from this cave. So here we go. A little termite cave. Talk more about Durham Isles. It's a little bovine boss up here. And the best reward is a necklace that gives you XP and a ton of stat points. Especially for level, it's a level 25 necklace. It's really strong. Honestly, I still use it in some end game builds because it works as a skill point piece. It's honestly really strong. Here's more cat food, baby. The rest of the equipment that it gives, I'm pretty sure it's like a pair of boots and a helmet. Not a helmet, a chest plate. Gives you some main attack damage and some other stat points, which are pretty strong. Actually, I went the wrong route. Supposed to go down Route 1 to this little termite cave over here. Over here. Also, if you did my last low-level loot run, this loot run will have higher level loot, like little emerald pouches. The highest I've seen is level 6. I might have gotten lucky though. I've definitely seen a lot of 5, a lot of level 5 emerald pouches, which would be pretty useful. They don't sell pretty well. It's pretty much just if you like need one and you don't want to buy one from the trade market, you'll find one on this loot run. Especially useful if you're like an Iron Man and you can't buy stuff from the trade market. There we go, that's the termite caves. Got the loot chest. On the way. This next one is a little bit out of the way, but it's a tier 2, so it's whatever. We're gonna go swimming a little bit. There we go, got this. These paths only show if you're underneath the water, which I think is funny. I don't know how that works in code, but I think it's funny. Here we go. Tier 2, yes. Age medallion, split essence. Probably won't sell for much, but they're tier 2 ingredients, so it'll be useful if I'm trying to level up a crafting profession. Eventually, maybe. There's a long gap where I don't open any chests until we reach the Bremminglar village. There might be a tier 2 or tier 1 somewhere along the way, but whatever. Here's the chest right here. Tier 1, whatever. But there's a tier 2 right over here. When I was recording the loot run, I went the long way. Or did I? No, I did not. I did not go the long way. There we go. Sweet. Probably the first one I recorded, I went the long way. Do that. Alright, this one is huge. This is the one I meant when I said there was huge places. Dude, it's just in the wall in this huge goddamn cave. There's a tier 1 over there if you want to get it. But we're just gonna skip that. Because right there's a tier 1, and then right over here are 2 tier 2s. We'll go for this. take some fall damage. Don't really care. This would probably be a good place to grind a little bit. You guys are level 25. It's whatever. It's an old cave, so these guys might not be that strong. Might be good XP. There's a tier 2 right up here, but you can't normally parkour to it. You just go around. I'm gonna use a spell. Okay. Right over here is the little boss den. It's just a fake mini boss. It's not even like a rare mob or anything. Just a high HP enemy. It probably gives extra XP, but I haven't gotten any drops from it while doing this. There's a tier 4 over here. Pretty useful. Alrighty, up next is we're going to be right next to the ocean. We're going to some ocean caves real quick. Well, it's going to be some like beach caves, not ocean caves. Right over here is a cool. This is an item grind spot that I find out to be like super interesting. Pretty much the mobs inside this cave are fighting each other, and also the level range is really good for adventurers set. Like watch these guys, they're fighting each other. I think that's so fun. I think that's so cool. Oh, here we go. Hell of a plant. This is probably the best thing you can get from this loot run, ingredient-wise. These have a ton of mana regen, and the mana steal is also pretty beneficial. The people who do war will spend Uka bucks for this. For the mana regen, so they can go ham on the little war towers. There's 2 tier 2 chests over here, no tier 3, tier 4, it's just a 2 tier 2. Cool little cave. If you find a hell of a plant, there's probably not going to be any on the trade market, so feel free to just put it up for 32 emerald blocks, or you can even put it up for higher. It'll probably sell, because the current scribing consumable that I know of, at least for war, is a mana steal one. I was talking to a guy who does wars a lot, and he was talking about how hell of a plant is a good one for wars, and he recommended me a spot that was incorrect, and he was like, wait, I don't even know how to get it. If you made this loot run, I would spend hella money. I was like, okay, here you go. there's a tier 5 right there. They don't sell for anything, so I'm not going to take it. You can swim. There's a whole lot of high tier chests around here. It's pretty compressed too. These caves aren't that hard to get through. There's not too many mobs. Level 24. You can really do this at like level 20. Easy enough. We are now about to go out of our way for a tier 2. There's a tier 2 right inside this little boat that crashed into the side of the destroyed little boat area. There was a scavenger hunt cache in here for the event. I'm just using spells. You just swim. If you're on a time crunch, you can just avoid that. Come like straight from over there to here. We don't care about tier 2s. This cave is annoying. These guys, they shoot projectiles super fast. So, yeah. Level 20 cave, it's pretty annoying now. Here, Dried Guild, another good one. Those sell for a bit. I don't actually know why. It must be because of the loot bonus. That's what I'm assuming, but the XP bonus is also pretty high, so it might just be a leveling consumable that people use. So this cave seems to be a little bit lower level, level 19, 18. Feather of Grace. Let's It's a good jeweling ingredient for walk speed if you're on an Iron Man or something like that. Craftsman. There's a challenge in Wynncraft called HIC, Hardcore Iron Man Craftsman. That would definitely benefit from that ingredient. There's a tier 2 on top of this arch. I'm not gonna get it, but you can't actually parkour up there. You have to use the mobility spell. So, pretty sure you can see it from right here. It'll be yeah, it's right there. It's a tier 2. That's definitely a little bit out of the way if you're like a shaman or something. If you're a shaman or warrior, that is just not worth it. Assassin, maybe. There we go. Archer, yes. Mage, for sure. Tier 1? Nah, it's on our way to a tier 2 over here. There's a whole lot of enemies inside this little building area. A rare mob also spawns in here. A little baby skeleton. Here's the Mount Wynn spot. We're gonna jump over this fence. There's a normal entrance right over there. I'm just gonna use one spell. I'm pretty sure all 5 classes can get over this, so it's not an issue. I have faith. I have faith in my viewers. This cave is hella annoying though. Whoops. These guys suck. They have a little web ability that traps you. And there's so many of them. Probably not worth it. You have that cave, and then you have this cave right next to it. 2 things right next to each other, with high-tier chests. These ones are not high-tier, but it's on your way. Right here. Get your currency, have the plant again. Yes. I will take that. Buster Bracer. Pretty nice. Forgot to mention, at a low level, the most important identification is definitely going to be, like, raw main attack. Because you will be using your melee attack a whole lot more than your spells. Because spells cost a butt ton at an early level. Because you don't have any intelligence. You don't have any identifications that reduce spell cost. Meaning you'll just need to rely on your melee attack a whole lot more. I'm trying to split the spell. I failed that parkour jump in my recording instead of using a spell. So it looks goofy. We're actually pretty close to the end here. We just gotta go through this. This is the last big cave. There we go. Here 2. There's a whole lot of cave. There's a whole lot of chests in this cave. Tier 2 right over here. Coming up next is a annoying puzzle, and the puzzle is not worth it. It's a tier 2. They make you go through a puzzle all the way. I just left a note saying you can just skip this. It is not worth it. But what we're gonna do, actually to make it easier for first-time viewers, people who haven't seen this before, you're just gonna throw an emerald right there. You're gonna throw an emerald on that pressure plate as well, and then you're gonna throw one more right here. If you know what you're doing already, you can do it at the same time as you press the button for the minecart that I'll show you in a second, but that's just the easier way to set it up. Obviously for tier 2, it's only worth it if you actually know the strat. There it goes. Look at him go. He goes into that little hole right there. Comes out right here. This also gives me another chance to show you a weird glitch. This chest will always be invisible. This chest will always be invisible, and you can't click it. So I'm right clicking right now. Doesn't work. Slash class. If you slash class, obviously I used a keybind for it, but it's slash class right here. It goes to that menu right there. It'll show up, and that's how you can open it. We got a legendary chest plate from it. I'm pretty sure this one doesn't sell, but that's okay. There you go. That's the tier 2 of this cave is not done yet. There is one more, and it's a higher tier chest as well. So if you just want to skip that tier 2, you can. It might be worth it doing it at least once. See if you can get the hang of it. Because if you can do it pretty fast, it's you know, it's a chest. Dried gill, nice. And that's the cave. It sets you out right here instead of outside of the cave, which is pretty annoying. And there's like border blocks right here, so you can't get through. Why they would do that? I don't know. This cave is annoying. I hate this cave. This cave sucks. Yeah, we're getting pretty close to the end. We're back in the Detlas suburbs now. Here we go. That. Right here. This tower at the very top is a high tier chest. You can use a mobility spell to get up here. Shamans might have a hard time. You just get up here normally. There's a chest up here. But I'll show you the parkour. Let's suffer through the parkour now. Ooh, parkour. Sweet. Did it my first try. Climb up the stairs, kill these guys. Should be standing here. Make a very loud sound. This guy also makes a very loud sound, so I'm not gonna kill him. And up here is the chest. Normally, after you grab it, you're supposed to jump into the water, but we don't care about that. We're just gonna go over here, jump into the little spike right here, take some fall damage, reduced fall damage because we're not falling all the way. To the tree, and there you go. There we go. There's a tier 2 in here. Oh, someone already took it. Unfortunate. There's a tier 2 inside this house. Let's see if someone took this one. They did not. Hell yeah. Give me those emeralds. We're getting pretty close to the end. Here we are, right in front of Detlas. It's not over yet. Not over yet, don't. We're gonna go inside this building. All the way up here, up this ladder. If you have mobility spells, you can skip this whole process and instead just go from the floor all the way up to the roof up here and just go through this window. These all the way down here. This floor falls out from under you. Secret little area. What you're gonna do is you're gonna press this button. It's gonna have this whole sound effect and everything. Something seems to be activating this device. Hello. See? There's this button. Now, obviously, you're probably wondering, there's no chest. There's no chest, bro. What the heck? Made me waste all my time? Well, pressing that button made it so that this fountain goes down. Now you can go down here. And since this isn't my first time, it doesn't show up, but it will say you have discovered a secret discovery. And it's pretty cool, because this secret discovery has chests in it. There you go. There's a tier 2 right there. I would not go out of my way only for a tier 2, but since there is a high tier chest in here, we do go for it. Here we go. Corrupted fragment, morph topaz. Oh, 2 of them. Give me that. I don't know if crumbling skull is used, but I'm taking it anyway. A little tier 2 ingredient. In here, you get spawn this little well. We're gonna take that. Or there's a little tier 2 in chest here. Oh my god, there's a little tier 2 chest in here. It used to be a tier 3. They nerfed it. It made me very sad. And we are now on our last chest. You go into the chimney to get to the roof. There's other ways to get to the roof, but this is an easy one. Well, not easy. It's definitely not easy. This is a option if you don't have mobility spells. You gotta do the parkour inside of the chimney. Step on this pressure plate. And it spawns you at this airship with a private pilot and a tier 2. And that's the end. Thanks for watching.